Assessment and evaluation. Never do you hear students say, oh good, there's a test today. Students often have been made to feel by teachers that a test or an exam is a form of punishment or a threat. Haven't we heard teachers say, you better listen because this is going to be on the test? Really, teachers have to present to the students the image that they are there to help them be successful, and they have to find ways that will allow students to have the greatest amount of success, whether it be a test or an assignment or whatever. So teaching the how-tos, I've always felt, is very important in terms of evaluation. It's not a standalone thing. It just sink or swim approach is not really what you want to have in your classroom. You have to be able to help students be able to do the job. So you have to know the evaluation policies in your school and in your district, and you take your evaluation approaches from there. And I like the concept of being creative in your evaluation. I think that makes it interesting for the students and makes it more interesting for you to read and mark. Two main forms of evaluation. Formative evaluation gives the teacher a quick feedback. It could be a quiz or a test, and helps the teacher revise the teaching method or strategy to improve the learning. It's ongoing. Summative evaluation measures what's happened at the end. It might be a midterm test, it might be a final exam. Assessment tools can come in multiple forms. The most common ones are tests, quizzes, mini reports, reviews, group assignments, presentation, projects, individual assignments, and exams. And so there's lots of options there. So I have a little list here of what you might remember when you're evaluating your students. Some of these are very obvious, but we'll start off with be fair. Be fair in the structure of the assignment and in the marking. Most of all, students will demand this. Be creative. Make a test or an exam interesting while at the same time challenging. Have a very specific marking scheme that can be shared with the students if they question how you got the marks. Use a rubric. That's a specific marking scheme that is broken down, and it breaks down the mark allocations. Teach students how to answer certain kinds of questions. I gave the example of in a history class, define and give the historical significance, two very different things. Sometimes teaching students that these are two things and that's how you should approach it is very helpful for them. Teach students how to study. I've talked about that before, and just give them a structure and a chance to do a good job is a very important thing. When the assignments are finished, the test or exam or quiz, take up the answers and discuss what went wrong, what went right with a lot of students, and that way it's a learning situation for them as well as the test itself. Be flexible. If they ask you to look at it again, there's no harm in that. So I think you need to pay attention to the detail of evaluation, and it's important that fairness be involved and that a good, accurate picture of the student's work has resulted in the end assessment. This is the last topic in the section Organizational Basics. We'll be moving on next to another major area, which we will entitle In the Classroom. And so here we'll give you many specific tips of in-class strategies, and find that you'll find some more ideas here that you may not have thought of before. So we'll move on to that next.